Hey there, DIYers, and welcome to the first episode. Well, yeah, first. It's definitely the first. I'm just not sure if it's going to take more than one or not. So, let's go ahead and dive right into what we're going to talk about today. I had the pleasure of meeting a nice young couple on my flight from Florida back home, and they were talking about starting a travel blog or vlog or just becoming travel writers in general. And we kind of got on the topic of websites, and they mentioned Wix, and they were just trying to figure out how to get a website up quickly without a lot of work. And I think the guy had a little bit of technical background. I don't know if he's a developer or not, but he had some technical background. So I kind of pointed him in the direction of Themeforest, and I'll pull that up right now. And Themeforest is a great tool because it has a lot of great templates for e-commerce, for content management systems, the Concrete 5, the Drupal, the Joomla, all that stuff. And it also has just plain HTML and, of course, WordPress. I always recommend WordPress for non-techie people because, honestly, it's the easiest from a user experience perspective. And you can find templates here for as low as like $35 and as high as I think $65. So I'm going to show you how to take a template like that and put it on a digital Ocean hosting instance for $5 a month. So I can get you in less than a few hours set up with a live website on the internet with, get this, a WordPress backend that you can add your own content all under $100. That's a big deal. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. I found a nice template that I like, and I've already purchased it, so I'm going to go ahead and download it. And we're going to throw that into our folder up here. And we're going to close that. And then we're going to go, we have the files downloaded. That's great. And we need to get the WordPress files. So you're going to go to wordpress.org, not .com. WordPress.com will take you to their platform. You don't want that. You want the .org so you can download your own instance. Download that. Take a minute. Also drag that into our folder. And then we'll close that window. And probably close that window. Then we'll go to mail.techguy DIY. And that's not what I wanted. I'm sorry. I want to go to DigitalOcean. I skipped a step. Whoops. Go ahead and log in here. Login. I may already be logged in. And I am. Alright, so let's go ahead and create a droplet. Come on, shark. Get to where you're swimming to. And instead of distributions, we're going to do a one-click app. We're going to select a lamp stack. We're going to scroll down. We're going to switch to the $5 a month. You can go all the way up to this beast of a droplet, but you only need 5. I mean, that'll get most base starting websites a good base to start off on without spending a lot of money, but enough to kind of get what you need. We'll scroll down here, click create. All this other stuff is just extras for what was the air? Why was there an error? Try this again. There we go. That was weird. And it'll take a few minutes here. Actually, while this is going, I'm going to go ahead and have you download a simple tool. It's called CyberDuck. And you're going to go to download. We'll download the Mac version. It'll take a minute. We're going to go ahead and open that. We're going to drag that down into our applications folder. And let's just go ahead and open that little sucko. Oops. Nope, not contacts. Definitely not contacts. CyberDuck. Yes, we trust it. They're good dudes. Great product. It looks like... No, don't worry about that. Cancel. Don't check. Okay. So now our droplet is created. So now I need to go to my mail platform, and now we have an email from DigitalOcean telling us all the information that we need to log into our instance here. So let's go ahead and create a new. We're going to select SFTP. You need your IP address. Boom. Username is root. We'll remember that. Actually, I'm sorry, I missed a step. First, we need to come back here. And we're going to say SSH root, and this is a terminal, which you can also get to by going into applications, utilities, and terminal. And we're going to do SSH root @ symbol. Then you're going to type in your IP address. So 45.55.254.176. Done. Yes, that's fine. Oh, you actually have to type a yes. Sorry. And we're going to paste our old password. Or, well, our current password. It'll take a second. In theory. There's a couple things you want to take note of. You want to take your password down. So this is going to be your root user's password on your MySQL instance. And then your username is just going to be root. And you'll need that for your WordPress config file. But the important thing, and the reason you logged in here, is because you need to update your password. You have to create your own. So we'll do that, and it's going to ask you for your new one. Make a super secure one. Again, repeat it, and now you're good to go. Now you can just type exit, and you can put whatever you want for your password. I don't care. Make it as strong as possible. That's all I'm going to say. And we're done with that for now. Okay, so now you've updated your password. We're going to do a new connection. We're going to grab that. We're going to set it to SFTP. Yeah, so that's right. And then your username is going to be root. And then your password is going to be what you just entered in your terminal there. Allow. And you're going to come into a blank directory. Like, where are all my files? Well, there really are no files right now. So you're actually going to back out. It's just the core system files. So you're going to back out to your root directory, and then you're going to go to var www HTML. So now you have your base HTML page, and if we went to our IP address here, it would take you to a base default Ubuntu page. So let's go ahead and close that. And then we are going to move that off screen for a minute here, because we're going to do a few things in this directory here. For starters, we're going to take, boom, our file here. You know, I wondered about that actually. Yes, you can. Wonderful. Okay, so the one of the reasons I suggested CyberDuck is a lot of other ones don't allow you to expand. Make sure you check always, otherwise every time you connect to this thing, it's going to ask you if this fingerprint's okay, and it's just the server saying that you know that that's the server you're connecting to. Just click always. So if we can upload the zip file, it'll take probably at least 8 minutes less, to maybe even more depending on your connection speed, to just upload one file as a zip. And CyberDuck will actually let you right click and expand archive. Oh, that stinks. I may have spoke a little too soon. Well, let's do a little short demo here of how you actually would do this. So actually, it might not be on there at all. That might be why it's a problem. Let's see. Let's try it. So we're going to log in. All right. And then we're going to say, I think it's unzip. Okay. So the beautiful thing about Ubuntu is we're going to say apt-get unzip. And that's going to, what? Oh, I'm sorry. apt-get install dodo. Boom. And what that's going to reach out to is it's going to reach out to a repository. It's going to grab that and install it. So now, in theory, I should be able to see that. So this may work now. So let's expand archive. Beautiful. There it is. So now we have a great opportunity to save ourselves a lot of time and upload it by uploading one zip file and then expanding it on the server. And we're going to take all these files We're going to move them out to the root here. Don't ask again, just move them. So now that WordPress directory is empty, so we're going to delete that. Done. Delete that. Done. We'll leave info for now. That's fine. I'm fine with that. So the one thing we do need to change, though, is our config file, which is right there. So we'll pull that down real quick. Oh, maybe not. Oh, let's pull it into our folder here. And we'll pull it into, that is our password, which we're going to need here in a minute. So let's go ahead and open this file. We're going to I'm going to give us some breathing room here because you can't really see that. It's a little congested. Okay. So first thing we need to do is we have our database name here. So we're going to go ahead and set up the database. I forgot to do that. Whoops. And it's going to be MySQL -u root-p. And you need to make sure you're logged into the server for this. And we're going to enter our password, which is this right here. Hide that for a minute. Enter our password. Now we're there. So now we're actually into the MySQL console. So now all we need to do is create that database. Once you create that database, boom, you're done, because WordPress will take care of the rest. It'll create all the tables. It'll create all the data you need. So we're going to say create database, and then whatever you want to name it. So I'm going to say tutorial DB. Boom. Oh, wait. Boom. Don't forget the semicolon. Okay, so now that's done. So I should be able to just copy this, go back to our terminal, come into this config file. We'll select that. We'll put that there. The username is going to be root. The password is going to be our password from over here. And localhost is fine. UTF-8 is fine. No collation. Then what you need to do is you need to grab this link right here, which I don't think I can get to all of it. I'm not sure why wrapping isn't turned on. So open this window up here, and you're going to put that password in. And it's going to give you this big old string of keys and salts. So you're going to hide those. And then this spot you see here with all the same things, but just to put your unique phrase here, just paste it. Paste all that data there. Save it. You can change the prefix of your table names if you want. I usually leave it alone. But actually, you could change it, and it would secure your database a little bit more, because hackers are looking for that WP table name. But it's not that big of a deal. And the one last thing I want to do before we go away from this page, come up above here, right? Define WP home, and we're going to say HTTP, and then you actually need your IP address right now, because you want it. I forget. Does it need that trailing slash? I think it doesn't. I want to say it doesn't. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Semicolon. We're going to do this as well. Basically, this is a WordPress config option that is actually in the WordPress backend, but because I want to hard code this for now, I'm going to just do this right here. Technically, you can usually do it in the back end, but this is actually will build on something that I will do later, which will allow you to have dynamic versions of your site URL based on whether you're on your local, your stage environment, or your prod environment. So I just wanted to show you guys how that works, and I'll show you once we get the site actually set up how that all works together. So let's pull this back over. I think we're, oh, well, hold on, I got to push that file. So let's hide that for a minute, and then we're going to rename this to just config, because sample won't work. So take this, throw that up. It'll take a second for it to load up. All right, now it's there. Let's go ahead and delete, not defeat. Hello? Why aren't you clicking? Why is this app not working today? There we go. Okay. So we're going to get rid of this one. We're going to say delete. Delete. Yep. So now we just have our config. So we'll pull our browser over. I think that's everything we need to do. And we're going to say HTTP 4.5. Boom. Same page we went to before. Oh. So we need to get rid of this index.html. Because that is actually defaulting to that first when I actually want it to go to index.php, right? And it should. Perfect. So let's go ahead and we're going to say Jason's blog. The username will just be Jason. Password will be Jason123. That's fine. I don't care. Confirm use of weak password. I'm fine with that. Jason at techguidediy.com. I don't really care. Yes, discourage search engines, please. We're going to go ahead and log in. That discourage search engines can be changed in the settings, and I'll show you where. So I think it's just Jason and Jason123. This website's going away. That's why I'm not really worried about... Uh-oh. Did I spell my name wrong? I guess I did. Okay. So boom. You get a WordPress install on a $5 server, $5 a month server, so $60 a month. Less than $60 a year, I mean. Less than $60 a year, you have a full platform that is wholly your own. It's not on somebody else's platform. It's not on anybody else's, service. It's yours. So now, what about that fancy template we downloaded, right? So what you're going to do now is you're going to go to WP Content. Oops, didn't mean to do that. WP Content. We're going to go to Themes. And we're going to take this theme that we have here. Apparently I have a duplicate of it. And we're going to move it up again as a zip file. If you were to export this, it would be a totally different story. It would take forever because it would be thousands of files. But this is going to move quickly. It'll get done in 10 or 15 seconds here. And we will be able to extract it via CyberDuck. So we're going to say expand archive. And we'll see what that looks like. Okay. So that looks like everything we don't need. So what we need is this theme right here. So I want to see if I can just move it through this. I'm not seeing it. Well. Oh, it extracted all that to there. Awesome. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete what I don't need. We're going to delete all that. Delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that. Alright, delete. Delete all that stuff. It'll take a minute. The important thing, though, well, okay. Good. So now we're going to go to Appearance in our website, Themes. Close that, and now we have this available. And we're going to say activate. So this needs contact form 7 and Zilla likes. Okay. Okay, so it should just be in this folder. So if you go into the theme, and probably includes, yeah, okay, plugins. All right, perfect. So then with this, we're going to go about a different way. The problem is, that's the one downside I'd say about WordPress is they're trying to get you to use FTP, and really there's just no secure way to use that, in my opinion. And honestly, I don't consider it opinion. It's pretty much fact at this point. But what we'll do is we'll drag those just in there. They'll upload manually, and we didn't configure our Droplet to allow for that kind of connection. So I'm going to go ahead and just do these manually, which is easy. You saw that happen. And if you need to go download it from WordPress, you can go download it. Just do a Google search and it'll show up. Delete the zip once it's done. We'll say expand archive. There. So now it's there for both of them. We just manually uploaded that. Now the zip files are deleted. We'll pull this back up. We're going to go back to appearance, and we're going to say activate installed plugins. Now it recognizes that we threw those plugins in the plugins folder, and it's there. They're just not activated. So we'll activate installed plugins. Activate, apply. Alright, so now that's all working. Now, if we go to here, our website, bada boom, bada bing, and we have a website. It is done. Jason's blog. It pulls from our settings, our general settings. It pulls from the site title and the tagline and all that stuff. Just another website blog or WordPress site. And it's got our hello world and some of our other stuff. I mean, it's just got everything you need, and it's there and it's set up. You know, and there's more things to do here, obviously. You have your theme options, which allows you to change your background type. And your colors and your body text and what kind of fonts you're using and all that stuff. It allows you to do all of that. Your background colors, your overlay colors, everything can be changed here. Theme style, see right now this is on blue. I think I like red. You hit save those options, come back over here, reload, boom, it's red. So that is how powerful this can be. And every blog is a little bit different when it comes to, or every template, not blog, is a little bit different in how you manage it. So make sure you look at the reviews. So like if we were to go back to Themeforest and let's look at a WordPress template here. Select that one. I have no idea what this is, but if you scroll down you can see comments. This is a pretty new one, so minimum votes is of 3 required. So that's, I'm not saying don't use the theme just because it doesn't have reviews, but make sure that the one that you're going with is a good one, and you don't have any like negative comments. So you have all these ratings now, and it's 16,000 ratings, and it's 5-star. That's probably a good template. But again, it all depends on what your need is. Make sure you read. Like this one can probably do 40 different configurations and designs and layouts. I mean, it's more than you might need, and maybe more than you don't need. You don't know. I can't speak. Like this thing could do thousands of iterations or versions. I mean, this guy's done 254,000 sales of this. It is a very popular item. You can kind of see everything it does and all these different layouts and all that stuff. Like they're calling this the Swiss Army knife of templates, and that's great. But that might not be what you need. Maybe you need something that's more like simple. Like what about like a minimal WordPress? See, it's like this really, well, that's terrible. But like a very minimal design here. So that is, and this is, see, and again, this isn't WordPress, you know what I mean? So if you select WordPress now you're going to get WordPress. So that's better. See, that's a really simple, minimal portfolio theme. So it runs the gamut of pretty much everything you could possibly want from a template. So it's just doing your research, looking at what you like, looking at what you don't like. I've definitely bought templates that I thought were going to be awesome and were terrible. And I've bought templates that are like, this looks nice enough to work. And I was like, wow, I really like this. I want to use it again. But I mean, that's it. That's how simple it is to get started. So I think I'm going to end this video here. I think this is enough for now. We're at like 31 minutes. And we're going to, I'll revisit this and just kind of do some updating and configuring and making it look, nice and like a website, and just show you guys kind of how all that works. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first episode, and you can see just kind of how quickly you can get anything up quickly. So play, let me know if you have any questions, and if I missed anything or I went too fast, please reach out on YouTube, on Twitter, on email, whatever, and I will do my best to answer your question as quickly as I can. And if you ask me the questions, I can get it added to the next video. Take care, DIYers.